Today I will be showing you how to divide x to the fourth minus x to the third minus x squared minus 33x minus 135 into x plus 3. First, you have to see how many times x goes into x fourth, which is x to the third. So you write it up here, and then you multiply x to the third minus x, which is going to be x to the fourth. And then you got to multiply x to the third into 3, which is going to give you negative 3x to the cube, well, to third. And then bring it down. The signs switch. Well, this was a positive first, but it turns to a negative. This was a positive also first, but then it turns to a negative. These cancel out. Just bring down the 0. Negative x to the cube plus minus 3x cubed is negative 4x cubed. Then you just bring down all of these. So it's going to be minus x squared minus 33x minus 135. Then you have to see how many times a number goes into negative 4x cubed, which is going to be negative 4x squared. And then you got to multiply negative 4x squared into x, which is going to give you 4x cubed. And then negative 4x squared into minus times 3 is 12x, or negative 12x squared. This is going to be a positive, so it's going to cancel out. This turns into a positive since it was a negative, and this is going to be 4x squared. And then you just bring these down. So it's going to be minus 33x minus 135. And then you have to see how many times a number goes into 4x squared, which is going to be positive 4x. So you put it up here. Then 4x times x is 4x squared. And then 4x times 3 is negative 12x, well, positive 12x squared, well, x just. And then you switch the signs. These are going to cancel out. This is going to turn into a negative. So it's going to turn to negative 45x. And you just bring this one down, so it's minus 135. Then you have to see how many times a number goes into negative 45x, which is just going to be negative 45. Negative 45 times x is negative 45x. And then negative 45 times 3 is negative 135. You have to switch the signs, so it's going to turn to positive. This is to a positive. These cancel out, and these cancel out. Your remainder is 0. So this is a factor since there is no remainder. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to do this equation synthetically. Since this is x plus 3, the x is going to cancel. Well, it's going to turn into a negative 3 because you had to add. You had to subtract negative 3 from the x. So it's going to be negative 3 inside the square. And then you have to write the leading coefficients of all of these, which is going to be 1, negative 1, negative 8, negative 33, and negative 135. The first number always has to be brought down. You don't multiply that one into nothing. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 3. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 3 is it's positive 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Negative 12, well, negative 33 minus 12 is negative 45. Negative 45 times negative 3 is positive 135. These are going to cancel out with the remainder 0. As you see, you just gotta put in the x's. So it's gonna be 1x squared cubed. Sorry, negative 4x squared. 4x as a positive, then negative 45. That's the same as the result up here. Just that synthetically it's faster, and I prefer it too since you can find the answer quicker and it takes less time. That's the same thing. Now I'm gonna show you how to do. Well, I'm gonna show you another way how to find the answer, the quotient, using the same equation as the beginning, but now I'm gonna use x minus 1. Since x minus 1, you're going to have to add to get the x by itself. That's just going to be x. Positive. Well, x is going to equal positive. So the 1 goes into the square. Then you just bring down the same leading coefficient since it's the same equation. Okay, you bring down the first number like always. So it's going to be 1 times 1, which is 1. Negative 1 times 1 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. Negative 8 plus 0 is negative 8. 1 times negative 8 is negative 8. 1, and then you just subtract these, so it's just going to be negative 41. And then negative 41 times 1 is negative 41. Then you subtract these, which is going to give you a negative 176. And this is not going to be a factor since it has a remainder of negative 176.